Hello, my friends, and welcome to today's episode of this bike. Finally, I have the opportunity to do a review on this bike because now I have it with me, so I can do a review. This is a Honda SH 125cc. It's got 12.5 horsepower according to Google specs, and actually, I don't even know what the top speed of this bike is, but for two people, having two people on this bike is not that great because this thing is actually quite lazy as hell. Now, with that being said, it's got 12.5 horsepower. It has a 125cc engine, and it's supposed to perform better, but it kind of doesn't. It's quite on the very lazy side. So now, I took this bike on a road trip before, and during the time I had it on a road trip with two people combined, 160 kilogram for two people, I tried to push this bike to the limits to see how fast I can get, or how fast this bike actually can go. Now, it's a 125cc. Again, it's supposed to be faster, but it isn't. So with two people on this thing, I maxed out the speed at around 188 kilometers per hour to 188 kilometers per hour, I guess. So then I maxed out the speed with two people on this bike, and then my neighbor, my friend, and my neighbor, he introduced me to this KRZ Nano Lube, which is like a unique tungsten blend with nanotechnology to kind of create a nano layer between your engine components like your valves, your crank, your pistons. This thing has got one piston, and to with the nano layer, it frees it up, which means that it rolls freely and it has less friction within the engine, so it can actually unlock the horsepower and torque that you already have in that engine. Now, I actually have it in my R3, and according to KRZ Nano Lube, they talk about how it improves your, like, I actually have the freaking pamphlet over here from them. So they did a dyno test on a Harley Davidson before, where they dyno tested it without the KRZ Nano Lube, and according to this, it says that, and shit, I can't see shit over there, bro. What the hell? Can't see anything. Can I see? Oh, okay, so here. According to this, for the Harley Davidson, the original is like 70. Focus. My god, this thing doesn't want to focus. What's that? 78.62 or 76.62 max horsepower, I guess. And the torque is 99.54 torque. Now, this was again on a Harley Davidson, and then they did it with the KRZ Nano Lube, where they added a KRZ to the engine, and the Harley Davidson did 89.85 horsepower compared with 101.30, I guess, max torque. So according to this, the KRZ improved the horsepower and the torque on the Harley Davidson. Now, on this bike, I already added half a bottle of Nano Lube into the engine. I tried to add to the gearbox as well, but it's more difficult to get it into the gearbox because the freaking gearbox has a block at the back, so I can't get in there. But I only added like half a bottle of this, or not even, less than half a bottle of this, to this bike. And now with two people, 160 kilogram give or take, I can get this bike to do 98 kilometers per hour, Maybe I can do 115 kilometers per hour if I have a longer road to go on. If I have a longer road to go on, then I can probably push it for 115 or more kilometers per hour. So for my R3, I already have like a full bottle and a half of this KRZ Nano Lube in there. And I'm actually just waiting for some money that I can take this bike to the dyno and do the dyno test myself to see if it actually does, if this what I see here is true or not. But everyone claims that it's true, so I'm waiting to take that thing to the dyno. Once I get a dyno test, then I can see how much horsepower my bike has increased, because I already switched back to the stock exhaust. My titanium is over there. I'm waiting to put that back. I'm eager to put it back because, I want to put it back. I like the sound. I have the stock exhaust, which sounds like crap. But if this thing is anything to go by, only just by less than half a bottle of Nano Lube on this thing, previously 88 kilometers per hour, max speed, 2 people. Now with the KRZ, I did 98 kilometers per hour with 2 people, and it performs better. Not just about the performance, but it makes the engine run a bit smoother. Like when you're driving, you have less vibration on the engine. Even on my R3, I have less vibration from the engine because of the Nano Lube. It creates like a nano layer between your components, which protects your engine's components, especially like Kawasaki, because Kawasaki has a tendency to destroy their cranks or their cams. They have a tendency to destroy their cams. Now, I think if a Kawasaki owner uses this with his Kawasaki engine, that it actually would definitely prolong his camshafts so that they don't wear out as fast as they do already. But this bike performs much better, even just half the bottle. This bike, I'm waiting to go to the dyno to get my true numbers to see if it's true or not. And then, of course, I will upload the video of this bike being on the dyno, and true numbers will be shown. Of course, I'm not going to fake my numbers. I don't fake anything. I'm a true person. Anyways, anyone who follows me on social media and knows that I'm a true person, that I don't talk crap because I don't have a filter. But anyways, so this thing is still lazy, but it's better. Okay, 12.5 horsepower. I don't feel that. But after adding this, I got a little better with the top speed with 2 people. The acceleration is also much better, though. I have it in my moped, my Vision, my Panda, and my Vision is running so nicely. The other day, I got it to 100 kilometers per hour for 100 kilometers per hour, and it's a 110cc bike. And but also kind of my Vision has got an ECU tune, so that's not really true for that. But the engine is definitely running smoother with this. Like, it's got less vibration on it. So I'm hoping really that the KRZ Nano Lube definitely would improve my horsepower and my torque. Technically, again, this is for racing engines, it's for racing engines, but you can use it in your daily bikes or cars, trucks, buses, boats, cars, planes. I'm over exaggerating on planes. I don't even know if it can work on a plane. But anyways, so that's the point. But I'm hoping that it does improve my performance on the R3, and I hope that it actually does, have better numbers. But again, these things, the Nano Lube is made for all sorts of engines, especially with anything that contains oils. Boats, trains, cars, planes, whatever, trucks. They even have for two-stroke motorcycles as well. So they have some of these oils for diesels and for two strokes. I think the diesel nano oil works with the two-stroke nano oil as well. They go hand in hand. Now again, this bottle that I have here is the first generation that they had created. They have another one, a newer one. So I'm calling this Nano V1 because this is the first one that I was introduced to. Then there is Nano V2, which is a darker color and less. This one is copper based, like it's got like copper on the inside. And the other one doesn't have the copper because this one you have to shake it up every time before you use it so that the copper flakes can, mix with the tungsten flakes, the tungsten spheres, the nano tungstens, because then and according to the guy who created this, he said that the nanos are like tiny balls, spheres, and if one of them breaks, then the others will rub against it so that the stronger ones can fix the broken one. So they kind of work as a team. And instead of burning oil like you normally do with any engine, they always burn oil. The nano lube actually stays inside the engine and, creates like a nano layer on the inside, which means it doesn't rub away or doesn't burn away like your conventional engine oil would do. And according to them, this works with any nano lube this works with any engine oil that you use, like Motul, Liqui Moly, whatever you want to use in your engine. This thing has got Motul. That one also has Motul. Actually, I didn't put it in my Benelli yet because my Benelli, I'm going to sell it. Unfortunately, Cam has to go. But if I didn't sell Cam, then I would have probably used the bottle like this. I would have probably bought a bottle like this again and then used it in the Benelli. But again, it unlocks the performance which you already have in your engine to free up your engine, make your engine run smoother, and unlocking the horsepower that's already within the engine so it has less friction and perform better, faster. And it improves your throttle response, your throttle to engine response, basically. So yeah, I'm eager to do the dyno test to get the numbers for my R3, because according to Google, it says my R3 has got 43 horsepower. Now, I think if I already have this whole bottle in there, a bottle and a half in there, then my R3 is supposed to be, in theory, my R3 should be about 46 horsepower, give or take 46 horsepower. I mean, it would be funny if I actually got 50 horsepower. Blue, 50 horsepower, you think so? Yeah, it's funny. But anyways, so again, this, it's actually a Canadian product. There have been some companies before, especially like in China, they tried to create the nanotech, which ended up failing because they didn't have the correct blend. Because according to the creator of this, the way the nano works is through the blend that it has, not the actual nanospheres. It's about the blend, how they created it, something like that. So yeah, lazy bike still, but better. No idea what the numbers are on this one yet, but this one, I hope this one will go from 43 horsepower to, let's say, 46 horsepower. I mean, 46 horsepower would be great, I guess. I don't use it. I mean, again, this oil is made for racing engines, and I'm using it in my daily bikes because, I'm why not? If not, why not, I guess. So again, Kawasaki and Vespa owners, of course, Kawasaki and Vespa owners could use this. They could definitely benefit from this oil because it will kind of reduce their engine wear and prolong their engine life just by, prolong their engine life, considering that Kawasaki has a bad reputation of blowing up their valves. Actually, I don't know about R3s yet, but yeah. So Kawasaki Vespa definitely can benefit from this, or any engine that, wears out easily, quicker. This might protect those engines from wearing out. And they also actually have a radiator additive, kind of. The radiator additive, which you add, like, it's liquid over here. You add this Kersey blend oil, not oil, this is not oil at all. So you add this liquid to your radiator, and inside your water ports it will create a nano layer, which means that it can reduce the chances of sludge buildup. If you have your ports, the sludge will build up and then it will, kind of block like an artery. So this will protect from sludge buildup and kind of also reduce the water temperature, I guess. And because this one also contains the nanotech, it will allow your water pump to roll more freely. Thus, your water pump also doesn't have to work as hard to push the water through like it already does, basically without this. So having the water additive to your radiator could also improve your horsepower because your water pump will be less strenuous. This one you add to your engine oil, which of course can allow your engine components to run freer, more freely, like your valves, your crank, your piston, your cranks, your cams. Sorry, my bad. My brain is lagging today. But anyways, again, I'm waiting eagerly to get this thing on the dyno, to get the numbers and see how true it is. Now, of course, technically, I'm not getting paid for talking about this product. I'm at all not getting paid for this. But, I mean, if this thing is anything to go by, this thing performed much better after I added this to the bike. So, I mean, from 88 kilometers per hour max speed with two people to 98 kilometers per hour with two people, it's quite a significant increase. And this thing is lazy as hell. I'm not gonna lie, so lazy. But I mean, again, this bike is not made for speed. This bike is made for luxury city use. It's got traction control, it's got ABS, and it's 125, but lazy as hell. So after adding this, just even less than half a bottle, it performed a little better. So now I can get 98 kilometers per hour instead of just the 88 kilometers per hour like I did before. Maybe if I again have a longer road, then I could probably get 115 or more, maybe 120 kilometers per hour on this 125. But for my R3, I'm eagerly waiting. Then I'll take it to the dyno. And then I'll put back my titanium exhaust because I miss the sound of my titanium exhaust. It sounds so great. I miss my titanium. The stock exhaust sucks. Okay, but I'm waiting eagerly to do this. And I mean, the Kersey Nano Loop, it could be very beneficial for you. Like you do actually feel the performance increase even within 1 hour of riding your bike. You feel the nanotech working and freeing up your engine. Again, they have it for diesel, they have it for petrol cars, diesel and petrol, diesel engines and regular engine oil additive. Kind of not like an additive, but yeah, they hated to call it additives, but I don't know how to describe it.